Ecoecho.
Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast channel Ecoecho. I'm Sai Kumar.
And I'm Nee.
Today we are going to share our best experience that we had seen in this module called Exploring Regional Transformations through Utopias. In that we'll try to reflect our insights that we have seen.
Yeah, and today our episode is going to be titled TWSTYD, which means things we saw that you didn't.
So instead of sitting in our classrooms and learning theoretical sustainability, our module took us on 6-day cycling excursion in which we have seen a lot of things.
Trust me, during those 6 days, we visited so many places. We went to places like farms, community initiatives, housing cooperatives, food sharing projects, agroforestry systems, and many inspiring people who are already putting sustainability into practice.
To say the truth, I think we have seen more than simply projects, I guess. Like we have seen more.
Trust me, when I reflected and I looked at the whole picture, I realized that it challenged the way we think about so many things, just like food, community, education, mobility, and even our own selves. It's crazy.
And in this episode, we would like to reflect on what we experienced, what inspired us, what challenged us, and how these things we could be applying in our lives or ourselves or in our own countries.
Yeah. So I would kick off the episode by asking you the first question, a very simple question.
Yeah.
Why do you think we decided to cycle instead of taking a bus or a train or a tram or a boat or a plane?
Yes. I think we took the best transportation than those of, I think. In the beginning, I honestly thought the same thing. I have never done the cycling before. This is kind of new thing for us, and I also never traveled for long on cycle.
Yeah.
And trust me, bro, I was so scared, and I kept imagining what something goes wrong or something will happen to me. And I also want to share something. You remember in the first trial exercise that we had done around the campus? I didn't know my brakes were so strong.
Oh no.
I was just riding along with the others, and when I want to stop, I just press the brakes and it just tripped me a little.
Are you sure you didn't use the front brake? Did you use the right brake?
Come on, bro. Yeah, of course I used the right brake. But yeah, after that, everything was in my head was Sai, you don't know how you will survive. Come on, Sai.
6 days.
Yeah, 6 days, bro.
Trust me.
Wow.
In a whole terrain you've never experienced, because I actually share that same kind of feeling with you, because I was really skeptical. Usually I like to stay in my comfort zone. I'm more of a homebody, like to stay at home and chill. I don't like to challenge myself, but doing this was a big challenge for me, because the last time I actually rode a bicycle was probably 10 to 15 years ago back in Ghana,
Wow.
And it's a funny story. I stopped cycling because my bicycle got stolen and I decided to stop riding bikes. But yeah, I just gave this a try, and I will tell you so many things I experienced. Don't worry.
Nice. Yes, and the thing is, I think cycling changed the experience about the journey. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Instead of simply going to some places through our cars or buses, we felt more every hill we felt on bicycle, and we saw nature that so good, traveling and feeling the breeze and everything. And we also saw every forest that we've been through, and the landscape here in Germany.
Trust me, the landscape and the views of the Swabian Alps and hills was so crazy. It was breathtaking. It's actually crazy. I realized that Germany has an incredible cycling culture, alongside with other countries like Netherlands, and maybe you could also mention Belgium, but Germany ranks top 3. Germany has an amazing cycling culture, specifically in Tübingen.
Yes.
Tübingen has an amazing cycling culture. You know, they have dedicated cycling lanes almost everywhere. The drivers generally respect the cyclists, and the bikes are treated like normal transportation. And for them, it's not like normal exercise. They respect us and treat us as like people.
Yeah.
And it's so amazing. But when you look at the sharp contrast as compared to Stuttgart, Stuttgart doesn't have so many cycling lanes. Here it's more about trams, cars, buses, and that's like the main means of transport. And that's one thing I really appreciated about Tübingen. Riding there was really fun, you know.
Bro, I'm from India. You're from Ghana.
Yeah.
And like cycling is not a part for us. It's just some people also see cycling as a low level class who can't afford motor vehicles or
That's
bikes.
True. That's true.
And when it compares to other developed countries, like most of the countries prefer cycling, and they have like separate lanes for cycling, but I don't see any lane in our country. Yeah. And also like when it comes to traffic and everything, that's too bad, bro.
Yeah, trust me. And to actually point out, it's the same situation in Ghana. You know, although many people cycle in rural areas, the main cities, like the capital city Accra, isn't really designed for bicycles because there are not road safety measures and infrastructures which are actually put into place. One of the main causes of road accidents in Ghana occurs between drivers and motorcyclists, so you could actually imagine the casualties that might be accumulated when cyclists are also involved, because drivers don't have regard for motorcycles, and I feel like that same kind of the respect and regard will be cast down onto the cyclists, and that's one thing that actually keeps people from like riding. Aside the fact that the infrastructure is not available, people also feel like when you cycle, you don't really have the finances to actually afford a car. That's why, there's this stigmatization that actually comes with it. And I think this is one thing we have to be able to like teach our people. I feel like people don't just cycle for exercise purposes, because I mean it's a really healthy way of like exercising, but then it's very sustainable. The carbon emission is really low. There's no carbon emission actually, and now in the recent weeks in Germany, you saw the heat wave. Global warming is a real thing.
Yes, many people think it's a hoax.
Yeah, it's actually a real thing, and I actually experienced it firsthand. I used to think global warming is the world would heal and the world would take care of itself, but it's a real thing, and it makes me appreciate the fact that I participated in this cycling experience, and I think I would encourage people to also cycle more.
This excursion didn't just made us to see the cycling gives less emissions to the nature, and we also want designing cities where people can actually cycle without struggling or
fear of their lives.
Yes
And safety.
Yes, that's the main thing.
Exactly, it's true, because here on the cycling trails, we had the long distance cycling trails, and then we had the intercity cycling trails. And in one thing I noticed was, even on the highways whereby there were no specific cycling trails, the drivers really respected the presence of the bicycles. They respected our signs, our signs that we actually practiced before the cycling trip. And I realized that it was not just a theoretical thing, it was a practical thing that was really understood by other drivers, and it was really amazing to see. So I would want you to tell me about, how do you think the journey was? Like, how would you rate it? Because during those 6 days, we visited many inspiring places.
Yes, to just spend time 6 days traveling on bicycle and seeing everything. We have seen a lot of things.
Yeah,
we have seen organic farms,
True.
agroforestry systems.
Yeah.
We also did presentation on agroforestry systems there.
That was your presentation?
Yes. It
Oh.
was yeah.
It was fantastic, bro. It was really amazing. I really enjoyed the presentation.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
And we also saw community-supported agriculture projects
Yeah,
there.
one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, it's also one of my favorite. And food sharing initiative, it was so good, bro.
Yeah.
I hope there are many places like that throughout
definitely.
Germany or in our own countries.
Yeah.
And corporate housing that we saw in one of the community support agriculture.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the way she explained how people can just move there and share everything with everyone in the nature.
Exactly, and the source of bonding and community there was really fantastic. It's like everybody is a keeper of their neighbor. There's this sense of belonging and protection. Everybody cares for the other, and I felt like there was really lots of cooperation in existence in that community and collaboration. Yeah, it was really amazing to see that people could actually live in a society and it thrived and functioned so perfectly.
We also saw youth centers there, forest gardens.
Yeah,
that was the last thing we have visited.
And several community organizations that showed us sustainability from a completely different perspective. It just made us understand that like it's not just a theoretical thing we are dealing with here. This journey gave us first-hand experience to like understand, feel, and have a deep picture of what was actually going on the ground, because it was actually amazing when you look at one of the places we actually visited, like Rebio. I love the idea and the concept behind it, of being organic, outsourcing organic. Rebio buys from all other farmers, but they have a standard to actually meet. All the farmers have to be organic. They don't have to use fertilizers. They don't have to use chemicals on their farms. And Rebio buys all of the products. It ensures that these producers actually have a market. And I really like the idea of it. If I had that same situation in my country, it will make me glad, because Ghana has a lot of problems like post-harvest losses. The farmers actually produce their products, but they don't have the markets to sell. And when that happens, their produce gets rotten and it gets discarded, and the farmers lose so much money. We have so much post-harvest losses because we don't have the storage facilities, and we don't have the on markets, like the markets ready to like purchase the products when they are ready. And I really like the concept of Rebio, making sure that the farmers are like having the safety and the comfort and surety that yes, they are going to have their money when they produce. It was actually fantastic. But one of the reasons why I'm here is to actually bring transformation and change to my country. One of the most motivating and driving forces is to improve the agricultural sector in my country, not just for like the animal aspects, because I have like the background in veterinary medicine and I'm currently studying animal science, but now I'm actually broadening my scope to general agriculture to make sure that sustainability becomes a thing. Organic production of livestock and crops actually becomes a reality, because back in Ghana we have a conventional system. And imagine if I could actually introduce organic farming into Ghana, I could probably supply like products to other European countries, because here in Europe most people appreciate organic products because they actually have the money to be able to afford it. But back home, the sharp contrast is probably producing these organic stuff might be too expensive, and the local consumers won't be able to like patronize our products, but I mean, it's a step in the right direction. We'll find a way to maneuver and make things right. But I like the challenge you've thrown to me.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I also throw the same challenge to you as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it too, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Even though we have like best resources and everything, but the people there is no awareness.
Yeah. Awareness and education.
Yeah, that's the main part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we'll be able to bring change and we would be able to impact our countries in the right way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there like highlight parts?
Honestly, I have so many highlights. I had so many things I enjoyed. Things I wouldn't even have considered fun, I ended up falling in love with. For instance, cycling. Another thing I would actually want to even throw is camping, like sleeping under the tents, you know.
Yeah, for us it's a new thing.
Yeah, it was so new and it was a whole different experience. It was so surreal. Initially, I was like, because I'm really comfortable and used to like sleeping on my bed, rolling over and everything, but I was skeptical. The first night was difficult.
Yes.
Because it was really unusual, but then I actually enjoyed it. So I would say I enjoyed the cycling the most, not on the first day, but on the subsequent days. It became fun. Whenever I go up a hill and I look at the views, it's so breathtaking, you know. And we got to a profound moment whereby you and me and Vince were actually cycling to Ribayo, you know.
Yeah.
And we got up on the hill and I told Vince and you, I now actually understand why people cycle, you know, because the views were so breathtaking.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I actually do appreciate cycling at this point because it gives you the opportunity to move about in a really sustainable way, and it helps you to immerse yourself in nature to be able to like experience everything. It's not so fast paced as like when you're driving. When you're driving, it's so fast you can't really take in the views, but cycling gives you a whole different feeling and a whole different experience. So for me, cycling was the whole highlight for me during the trip, you know.
Yeah.
And what about you? What was your highlight?
The first highlight is that after cycling, after the first day, we have like camped in the meadow.
I think one thing I would really say about that morning, you know, we slept on the field and the next morning we woke up and we had to make breakfast. One of my highlights was waking up and having the sense of togetherness. Everybody had come together. We were making breakfast. Food was moving from one point to another.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. And one of my highlights was seeing the leftover pizza. When I saw the leftover pizza, trust me, it hits different. It tasted so good. Like, it was amazing, you know. It really excited me so much. Waking up to that was like so amazing. That's one thing I really remember, you know.
Yeah. And I also like every day reflection rounds, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, I kind of felt good on the first day. Like everybody really shared everything that they're going through or that they went through of the day.
Yeah, the reflection rounds was a smart initiative because it gave us the opportunity to like experience and feel the thought processes that goes through other people's minds, you know, because you might see something and like positionality, how I would feel about something is totally different from how somebody feels about something, depending on the person's past experience. You know, we all view things in from a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
And I would take us back to lecture whereby positionality lets us know that no positionality is wrong, and each of them have to be respected. So during every day's reflection rounds, it made me understand how crazy these things we studied in class are actually like a real practical thing. I really learned to appreciate everyone's opinions because it was actually their experience, and their experience they are having at that specific moment is connected or channeled to their past experiences, and
Yeah.
it was really interesting that we had that reflection round. For me, I really appreciate that so much. And you remember when we were going to the housing projects, we had to ride from on top of the hill
Yeah.
down.
Uh-huh.
Bro, trust me, it was so much adrenaline.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And after all of that, we had to go and dip ourselves in the river.
The place was so good, wow. I really like that place, and they have huge space there. That's also good.
Yeah, it was so refreshing.
And yeah, swimming in a lake after long cycling day.
Exactly.
And you also remember like one funny moment after, I think it's next day. Yeah. While we were going, we stopped at a canal, and everybody of us went into that and put our knees in the water and started chanting Om.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds strange for some people, but at the time, I just saw people laughing, relaxing, just simply enjoying that moment.
Yeah.
It also reminded of childhood days where we just don't care about what other people think, and we just keep on doing what we like, just roaming around, climbing trees, and like the things that now people consider it as
Weird,
different in society. Yeah, weird. Yeah.
One thing I would also point out is when we are riding and we get exhausted, and all of a sudden we hear a shout from back, and it's like, and we turn around, and who is that? It's Sai. Sai is making his sounds, and it makes everybody laugh. It gives us the energy, It was really interesting. Whenever we hear you give your sound, we're like, this guy. Yeah, bro. It was one thing that always kept ringing in my head. Yeah.
It was good to hear from many people. They're also saying that it's really nice that you make some sounds in the middle of random journeys, and I was delighted to hear those from everyone.
Is there any inspiration or reason behind that sound?
No, it's just that
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the thing. Sometimes those small moments could actually become the biggest memory,
Yeah.
And of course, it wasn't always easy.
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't always easy. The trip was fun, but we can't ignore the fact that there were some challenges.
Bro,
There were some challenges, bro. Those hills were brutal.
So brutal.
Trust me, at a point, I felt it was torture. Trust me, at a point, I thought I had committed a crime. Trust me, at a point, I thought the hills were demonic. Trust me, at a point, I thought the hills were after my life. Bro, it was crazy. What was the worst hill for you?
The people that we are going with, the Germans.
Yeah.
Bro, they're just doing without any effort.
Machine.
Yeah, machines. Wow. Like, I really liked their strength at the time. They were just singing and going, and we were like, we need to push. And they were like, come on, you need to go.
Trust me.
Yeah. And these are the things that we didn't do in our whole life. Like, we are not the people who just take our bicycles and just go upward hills like that. It was so tough, bro. Same.
You're right. There were moments when, honestly, I thought the hills will never end. The problem is, I began the trip with Yokas.
Yeah.
And we rode from University all the way to Valdau.
Yeah.
Because the U-Bahns weren't working. We thought the U-Bahns were on strike. So we didn't bother to go to Moringen. We started riding from University to Valdau. And we went through Hohenheim. And the problem was, Yokas and I didn't know how to maneuver the gears.
Yeah.
So we were riding uphill with gear 3 and gear 4. You know, gear 3 on the left and gear 4 on the right, bro. So we were riding at the hardest. So our legs were dead before the trip started. Our legs were totally dead before the trip started. And at a point, while we were still here in Hohenheim, I looked at Yokas and Yokas looks at me and I'm like, do we really want to do this? Do you think we are going to survive for 5 more days doing this? Why did I sign up for this? I think I need to cancel. Is it too late to cancel? And I was like, don't worry. When we get there, I remember Frau Anna says, if anyone stresses and can't keep riding, you could take the train and to the next stop. And Jokas and I had come to an agreement that if he says he wants to take the train, I join him. And if I want to take the train, he joins me. And we made a pact that every day we are going to take the train. But look at us. Just look at this. We actually made it.
Yeah, you made it.
You know, those hills were never ending. But once we reached the top, honestly, I'm not going to lie, the views was worth the while, you know. It was really worth the while. And at that point, that's when I would say I really understood why people were doing these things. Because at a point I was like, why would I stress myself to do it? But I actually came to the point where I really appreciated cycling and every struggle that came with it, because every struggle came with an amazing result and an amazing reward, you know. I really appreciated it so much. Yeah. So, on you, what was the biggest challenge?
For me, we could also appreciate Joker's.
Gears.
His bicycle gears are somewhat kind of tricky. Not working, right? Yeah. And he had cycle for the whole 6 days on highest gear.
Yep. Yeah, that's
I would
true.
be dead at that moment. You know? Like,
yeah, that's
I wouldn't risk if I'm in his place though.
Yeah.
And my biggest challenge, probably a little of physical work, because the mountains and everything, and bicycling for a day. And the main thing is coming out of my bubble or comfort zone.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
And first you gotta try, and then you gotta figure out whether it's good or bad. That's how it should be. Not just without even giving a small try and just give up. That's not the way. So yeah, I just pushed myself, bro.
Yeah,
that was the
exactly.
big thing for me.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to push. You really have to push. And that's the thing. That's the resilience. I think everything is possible. Our mind is our only limitation. You know?
Do you remember like the best ideas, or you want to share on a transformative ideas that you have seen throughout the excursion?
I mean, I saw so many fantastic transformative ideas. If I would have to speak about them, I wouldn't be able to finish right now, because I liked so much. So many of them, like the food sharing, the One Health, the agroforestry.
Yeah.
But one that really stood out to me was the CSA, the community supported agriculture. I really like the concept behind it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, instead of us simply buying food, the consumers become like partners with the farmers.
Yes.
Because in the community supported agriculture, we share risks and we share the rewards with the farmers, you know.
Yeah.
So I really like the idea, because as I mentioned, like, one thing is, from where I'm from in Ghana, the farmers really struggle a lot because of post-harvest losses, and they don't have like people who are ready to take up their products. But the CSA, it solves that problem. There's already a ready market for the product, and whenever there's a risk and whenever there's a loss, it's not just bared by the farmer, but then the consumers also like take part in it, you know. So I really like that concept behind it.
Yes, that's the best part. I also really like CSA project focus on community.
Yeah.
In that people just only buying vegetables from them. It's also they are like gathering the people and creating a place where they could meet, work together, and even improve their mental well-being. That's really a new concept too for me also. People gathering and creating such environment for some people who are going through rough times.
The mental health people and all of those people. True. And for me personally, another concept I would like to talk about is the agroforestry. That's your project.
Yes.
I really like the fact that instead of just growing one crop, trees, plants, and it works in a way that's like biodiversity and all of these things come together to work, to function. It shows us that agriculture can produce food while also protecting the ecosystem. They are not in isolation, they work together as a team.
But the thing is, it takes a lot of effort and it also has many flaws. And there is also another site we have been, Donasa. Do you remember that coffee lady?
Donasa was one of my favorites. Yeah.
She has cool stories. I felt connected to her as she said she moved from Brazil to Germany. Like, just imagine moving to a different country.
Trust me.
Learning new language.
Yes, look at us. It's very tough. It's really hard.
Yes, it is very tough, right? Yes. And she also built a business on her own.
Yeah.
That's not a small thing.
It's difficult considering Germany's regulations when you have to start a business, work permits, taxes, so much bureaucracy. Bro, she really went through a whole lot.
So inspired to hear her side of story, and she also wants to see women empowerment in businesses, and I think she is one of the best examples I also saw during the excursion regarding who promotes women empowerment, not only just by sayings
but putting into action.
Exactly, only connect to a female worker who is in Brazil.
Exactly.
And gather everyone and make a impact on society, that women can also achieve things that many people don't think in that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Donasa was one of my favorite presentations because her determination showed that sustainability is also about social justice and gender equality. Her project on the feminist approach was very fantastic. She told us a really emotional story about one of her struggles she faced. She told us when she launched her business, she sent invitation to about 30 coffee shops.
Yeah.
And the coffee shop business is actually male dominated. And when she sent out her invitations, out of the 30, only 5 showed up. And the 5 men who showed up completely ignored her. They completely ignored her because 1, she's a woman, and 2, she's an Auslander. The men sat aside and had conversations and just ignored her. And Donasa made a profound statement. She said, all of the people who actually rejected me would come back and look for me. And she said it with fire in her eyes. And, she told us that, and now they are all coming back, and I really appreciated her strength. I really felt the pain she really went through. It made me understand the struggles of a woman. I looked at things from a different perspective, and me being a man, it made me appreciate women more, and to make sure that everybody gets an equal chance. We all have to be treated as equals. No gender is superior to the other. And that's one of my takeaway messages during the trip. I really, really appreciated Donasa. Her message was really touching. I actually had to buy so many of the products.
Ooh,
yeah, I bought some of
bought?
I bought the coffees. I bought 2 types. I mean, they are both espressos, but I don't really remember the names because they were intended to be gifts. But trust me, I gave it to the women I knew here, and they loved it so much.
Now we have another person with us. let him introduce himself and we could talk more about what we have done.
Hello, guys. This is Himanshu, the third survivor of this group from the Excursions, and I intend to bring some more discussion, some fun topics, and things like that, and my own perspective to this podcast. And I think we could do some really great ideas and talk and discuss some more interesting things. Yeah, let's start, guys.
That's amazing. I'm glad to have you here, and I can't wait to hear your perspectives because I have so many questions I'll be looking forward to asking you. And let's have the ball rolling. I'll start with this first question. You know, one thing we kept asking ourselves during the trip was how could we actually apply these ideas back home? And I was actually wondering how we could do this.
The thing is, not every idea we can just simply take back home and just apply in our countries. That's not the thing we can do just like that. It also involves a lot of principles, and the people needs to get adapted to it. For example, if you take cycling, you know, in India it's not a big thing for people to cycle, and the infrastructure for the cycling tracks are very less, even in the cities. So, but if I want to take that back, yes, I will take that back because it would reduce traffic traffic congestions, and it also improves air quality by a little.
Yeah, definitely. I had also thought of like this in my mind because I would really love to include all these wonderful projects back in India, but India is not Europe. Everything is going to be difficult. It's for also Africa. All these things. We need people support. We also need to raise awareness and then build the infrastructure. Because and then I would agree it might take a few decades, but I would like to see these kind of things progress in our part of the world.
Yeah, you're right. I actually like the fact that you said first we have to create awareness. You know, awareness and education is really key because if you actually put in the infrastructures and the people don't have the knowledge about the purpose of these facilities, they wouldn't be able to utilize it to like full effect.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Like people still think like somehow the cycling is not worth it, or it's like a it's for some poor people sometimes. It's like yeah, it's if you're driving a cycle like you're poor people.
Yeah.
So we also need to change that perspective, and it's make it like more to health, more to sustainability, and these kind of things.
health and sustainability is actually really key. That's really true. You know, in Ghana, one thing I would actually think I would want to take back home is we went to one grocery shop whereby I think it's the jarless or the non-packaged grocery shop whereby you buy things in your jars and they don't give out brown paper bags or nothing because of sustainability and waste management. And back home in Ghana, the sharp contrast is whenever you buy a product, you are given a disposable polythene bag. And you know, these disposable polythene bags end up in our sewage systems and causes flood because there's not good waste management. So I think that if we encourage recycling in a country like Ghana, and we also encourage like this jarless, this kind of jar.
Bringing your own container to get the things like that. I would definitely also like that in India.
Exactly.
Because I think we also share the same problem.
Yeah.
Of like these polythenes ending up in our waters, our sewage, and into somehow our food eventually.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So,
2 weeks ago, it caused a major flood in Ghana. It's been the biggest flood we've had in like the last 30 years, and it's all attributed to the fact that people throw their trash and polythene into the sewage and all over. And this is something that could be eliminated if we change the way we see these kind of like products. We have to find a sustainable and reusable way so that we don't end up accumulating waste in places where waste are not supposed to be at, you know.
So I now think it's a high time also for the common people to get and like really work on this stuff because it's affecting them in the end. It's not even about the sustainability anymore. It's about the survival of the people, and they want to protect themselves and their younger generations.
Yeah, true.
And I could also think of one more thing. You see, whenever we go to any city here in Germany, you find a lot of community places, or a place where everybody could hang out with a lot of greeneries and big park. That's the best thing here I have observed. And I also really like that to be implemented in India, because it can also act as barrier to control the pollution.
Yeah.
And it also acts as people to meet and just spend their time with their family, or with their people.
Yeah.
I would like to add with this, like India used to have like lot more social, lot more community places like this in like a few decades ago. But now, because of the increasing of these metropolitan cities, big cities, and people are like dividing themselves, they're making for one nuclear families.
Yeah.
But I think yes, seeing in Germany these community places, the community coming together and then also working on these social problems that they have, so they can also stand up for themselves as a community if there's something's going wrong.
Yeah.
So I think that's that feeling of a community should definitely be everywhere, so people can fight for themselves and be safe together.
Wow, that's an amazing pick, you know. So personally, I would say the biggest lesson wasn't that Germany has all the answers, but I think sustainability actually just looks different in every place.
There are some lessons to be learned, and I think we should take these lessons ourselves and teach our younger generation back home, or our parents, so they can grow themselves.
All right.
Yeah, let's get on with some reflections about what we like to talk about. And Nee, what do you think about community supported agriculture? You said you really liked it, right? So
Yes, I really liked it, and thankfully we have the presenter of the whole project here, and I would have some questions for him. So, you know, I said I love the community supported agriculture so much, and I love it to the point that I hate it, and I hate it for the fact that it's so good that it can't be limited to a few people. I really wish it could be scaled up
To everyone.
to everyone.
Yeah,
You know,
it's available to everyone. It is true. I think for the one of the reasons for me to choose the CSA was because it's a perfect workable utopia. The most of the topics that we had, others, it's like they are more of a theory,
Yeah.
more of things like that. But CSA, we actually saw that utopia,
Exactly.
and it was even better than we expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. What do you think about it, Sai?
yeah, you're right. And the problem is the mindsets of the people. They just think it's better to just buy convenient food in the supermarkets rather than spending some time socially connected with everyone in the community and grow their own food.
Yeah.
That's what many people think the problem lies. They just don't want to make some time to grow their own food.
I really like the concept and I appreciate it so much, but then it's not having the ability to be scaled up is like the downside of it for me. And if there is anything that could be changed about the CSA, what would you do?
That's a really good question, I would say. One of the things, like I would say, every the CSA that one also CSA faced a problem was like the feeling of the community.
Yeah.
CSA is supposed to be a community supported agriculture, and community there was supporting it, but like the actual like the inclusivity of the community was not that much at that place.
Yeah.
But I think their main focus was kind of not on the agriculture, but on their like helping the people with the mental issues.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was such an impressive project that they were doing. It was like like it was my own topic, but when I saw this project can also be done such a different thing, it also like show how can we like narrow ourselves, our minds. Okay, this is a nice thing, and it could also only be done like that, but they made it such different and such wonderful.
Yeah, that's an amazing take.
And need to answer your question regarding we can't scale it up, right? So the problem is the modern food system depends on very large supply chain, and I don't think community supported agriculture could cover every one of them, and it takes a lot of place and a lot of area to make sure everybody gets everything. But you see, in urban areas, you don't find any place to grow their own food. That's the thing, and replacing them completely is going to be lot difficult.
Yeah, I would say more of these urban gardens, terrace gardens, like office gardens. These kind of things can also be a little more transformative, and maybe they won't definitely completely break the cycle of these long food chains.
Yeah.
But I would say they are definitely one of the steps that for people to manage their own food, to know what they are eating, to know what they are growing. So yeah, that's also one of the things that.
Okay. So, are we coming to a conclusion that both systems are essential and one cannot replace the other?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Great. Yeah. So for me personally, I think the same thing also applies with cycling. To me personally, I would say cycling is actually fantastic in places where like the necessary infrastructure has been put in place. When you look at a place like Tübingen, you look at the Netherlands, you look at Denmark and Belgium, they have fantastic infrastructure for cycling, you know. But on the other hand, when you look at a place like some countries in Africa, or even when you even look into the Middle East, like Dubai, they would actually have all the necessary infrastructure. They have good roads, but climate might be a problem. You know, it's extremely hot there, and cycling wouldn't be conducive for a climate like that. And as I was saying, in countries like probably Africa, they have poor roads. The necessary infrastructures are not actually present, and this actually makes it like difficult for these people to like
I think it's
patronize this means of transportation,
I
even
think-
though it's good.
yeah. I think it's also about like essentiality. It's like for them, it's they have other more important things, like for education, for like maybe hygienity and these kind of things. Like Tübingen had this very expensive the winter bridge for cycling to. It's like the heated bridge.
Yeah.
A lot of other cities cannot afford it, but Tübingen can because
Yeah.
it supports that. So I would say definitely.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do another fun thing.
Okay.
I have this idea of like doing this crazy rapid fire round.
Really?
Yeah. I'll maybe say one thing, and you say the first word that comes in your mind about that thing.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start. What was your biggest surprise?
The hills.
And for you,
The fear of dying.
your favorite meal?
That's hard. Bread.
No, the Tübingen one. Hey, yeah. Mind you
true,
forgot
true,
your
true,
only
true,
meat
true.
meal.
True,
What about
true.
you?
Tofu and broth.
That's your German man.
And your favorite place?
My favorite place, I would say definitely the Tübingen. It's now one of the favorite cities now.
Yeah, me too. Tübingen is my favorite place.
Yeah, same. To begin, made us together. You know,
Yeah,
all internationals hang out in the bar, roam around the city. It was so good.
Okay, so what's the next question?
What was your hardest day?
Day one.
Oh, day one. Sai.
Yes, day one.
Day one for me too. Day one.
But
Ah.
the last day to Esslingen could actually challenge day one.
But it was not the hardest because we were having fun.
Okay, well, I mean, you have a point. But day one was evil. It was demonic.
That was demonic. Why would you do that to us, Anna?
Would you do it again?
Yes, I would.
Yes, with the people, same. Yes, I would.
Yeah, me too. Definitely, I would do this again.
Yeah, because the first day people were asking, oh, okay, if will you do this again? Will you do this again? And the first day you and me were like, oh, I'm not doing this
Never
again.
doing this
We're
again.
never doing this again.
Yeah.
But by the end of the trip, it was like, I might actually consider going
Yeah.
somewhere.
You know, at the end of the trip, I was actually considering getting a bike, and I didn't want it to end because for me personally, it was so fun. You know, it was an amazing experience. The community we built was fantastic. We created so many memories, and that's something that's going to stay with me for
And
a very long time.
I actually got a bike thanks to Anna.
You
Hey,
did?
big shout out to Anna.
Congratulations, bro! Congratulations, bro! That's fantastic.
Before we finish, we'd like to thank everyone who made this excursion possible.
Yeah, a huge thank you to Saskia, to Kelsey, to Anna, to Conrad,
Sarah, yeah,
everyone, like for organizing everything, supporting us throughout the journey, and was always encouraging us when things became difficult. You know, Kelsey was always behind us. Like,
Yeah,
me,
it was like she was behind everybody.
Yeah, it's like-
like yes, Himanshu,
Yeah,
yes, you can do it.
yeah,
Yes, Nee,
yeah.
you can do it.
Are you good? Do you need help? You know, and Anna is always in front, like leading the team, making sure that everything is on track.
Also, she also gave like other people in the like the last stage
Yeah.
to get in the front,
Exactly.
lead the group, and that was also kind of a nice training.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Anna.
true. You know, and Saskia always running up, down
Yeah.
between the lines, checking if everything is perfect, and Conrad always the handyman, ready to come and help.
Our food. Food. Thanks, man.
Yeah, and Sarah always trying to help us make sure that our seats and our luggages are really strapped right.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
always checking everything. You know, I felt so cared for.
We'll also like to thank all the people who have supported our excursion.
And finally, thank you to our classmates for making this journey unforgettable.
Yeah. I would not have thought like I would make such great friends in this.
Trust me.
Find this
Look
crazy
at
guy.
us. Yeah,
Yeah,
look at us.
Yeah.
All those crazy memories.
Yeah.
It's really something else.
You know, it was amazing. Every moment spent was so amazing, and I think it was worth it. Every moment was worth it. It was worth the struggle, was worth the time, was worth the investment. It was worth everything.
And it was also, I would feel like for every person who was on the trip, by the end of the like when we were in Essling in the museum, everyone was tired. They was
Yeah.
damn tired, but no one wants to go home.
No, bro.
It's like perfect.
Yeah, bro, that's like, to me, it's like the perfect utopia, because I felt like that's how life is supposed to be. I didn't want to go back to my normal life, getting back to my job, doing school,
The
academic.
computer.
Ah, man. I just enjoyed cycling, being with this friend group.
There, this community, yeah.
Yeah, and like just experiencing and exploring, having beautiful adventures from one point to the next was perfect.
It was a perfect utopia.
We could also wrap it up by saying thank you to everyone who is listening. And Nee?
We hope our reflections encourage you to look at sustainability not just as a concept, but as something we can experience and practice in our everyday lives.
Thank you, and see you next time.